So, welcome back guys. Thank you for the patience. I haven't uploaded much in the last actually a few months because of some exams and my education. I had some big tests which went really well. But I'm gonna try to make a video on a wheelie tutorial actually, because I had a request on it. I'm sorry for the delay, but now it's here. Some important things to talk about, and first of all I want to say that the bike doesn't depend on if you can do a wheelie or not. People which are good at wheelies can wheelie almost any bike. It's just practice, and guys that or girls that are good with wheelies have practiced a lot, a really lot. It's also good to have more than one bike to try, and when you get manage to do wheelies, having tested more bikes and done wheelies on different cc's, horsepower and sizes, and of course brands of bikes, helps a lot and makes it much easier just to hop on a moped or a 1000cc bike and do a wheelie. You can't do the perfect wheelie just hopping on to a new bike, but you will manage to just get it up, no problem. There are some key factors to doing a wheelie, and that is the rear brake, which is important if you don't want to go over. It's releasing the clutch on all bikes of lower cc, and of course if you want to do wheelies in higher speed and such, you have to use the clutch and also the technique with the clutch. We're gonna start with the rear brake just because of how important it is, and it can save you so much in both cost and damage to yourself and your bike. I also want to say doing a wheelie in high speeds is easier, just because then it's only the bike going around that's the problem, like tipping over. If you do a slow wheelie, you will have both going over but also tipping to the sides. But I still recommend doing a slower wheelie in the start, just because you have to go around sometimes just to be sure, or it's part of the experience. You push yourself and you go over, and doing that in lower speeds is a lot safer than doing it in 100 kilometers an hour or something like that. But back to the rear brake. If you have ridden a lot of bikes, or at least are have some hours on the bike, you will know how it works, and your foot will be quite familiar with just reacting to something. You're just gonna slam the rear brake. Also, before every wheelie, just tap the brake to see that you have the brake. I have noticed quite a lot of times, if you are doing longer wheelies, you can actually lose brake pressure because the reservoir to the brake pedal is now tilted, and if you don't have enough brake fluid, it can make the pump go dry, and that makes the pressure go away, and you suddenly don't have a rear brake. So always just tap it, and when you start doing wheelies, just try to pop it up and slam the rear brake, so you just get that feeling in the foot when it's gonna engage, and also that you just have that in the back of your head always. If you panic, the foot on itself will just slam the brake and get you down. The next thing that most people do is compressing the damper while you release the clutch. If you don't have a clutch on like the Kawasaki 110, which I have, you're just gonna use the front shocks to help you get it up, at least on lower lower cc bikes. But for me, at least, I compress the shocks, but I don't compress it like really pushes it down with my whole body. It's just what I can do normally without even lifting myself from the seat in normal conditions, you can say. And when you compress the shock, I pull in the clutch, give it throttle, and when the shocks are back up again, I release the clutch and then have a little bit more RPM than when I pulled it. It's just ring. That's all that you have to do, and that helps when the shock is fully extended. The engine power takes over and continues. I also see a lot of people which are scared to do wheelies. They lean forward on the bikes when they do wheelies, which will make the wheelie a lot harder, and you have to be further back in the wheelie to be able to sustain it. If you are a little bit more leant back, sitting further back on the seat, or just having straight arms, don't pull yourself forward when you do the wheelie. It's gonna help a lot just by having the center of gravity a little bit further away from the bike. Because when the bike is like here, if you are standing here, the center of gravity gonna be around here. But if you stand like almost to the handlebars, your bike have to be higher up to have the same center of gravity, which you would have to have in that place, not to go down again or to go around. But I'm gonna try to show it in a lower speed. It's not that easy actually to do on a more powerful bike, because I can just give it throttle and it will lift itself in almost every gear. But I'm gonna try to show it a little bit anyways. I'm not used to the bike either, it's quite new. Only driven 2 or 3 hours on it totally. So I'm new to it too. So I'm gonna start by first gear now. And what I want you to do first with get used to the back brake. So lift up and back. Really slam it down. And down. And down. And down. Do that a couple of times, and when you feel like you have control of the rear brake and it's like a little bit in your head that you have to do that if you go around, we're gonna start with the next step, which is going more for getting the bike higher. Because if you have a moped or a bike with less horsepower, you won't have it just go up like this does. But the technique is the same, and if you can do a wheelie on a moped, you can do the wheelie on this bike too, much easier. So, you have mastered the rear brake, and we're going over to trying to get it a little bit higher. So, we just compress it like that, and release the clutch. So, and let's start doing it slowly. And we'll get it higher. And just continue with this until you get it high enough. If you are on a moped, you will probably have to stand up and compress the brake, compress the shocks even more, just to get it up. I'm gonna try when the car is away. So if you have a moped, you probably have to release and pull all you can on the handlebars. So down and pull, and down and pull. And when you have done that a little bit, you can start by doing a little bit more. So down and up. and then clutch in, a little bit roll, but I drive and then so I'm going to try to do it in second or third, just because that means that I have a little bit less power to do it. So, I compare. So I'm going to try third now. And couple and clutch in 3, 2, 1. Same again, just a little bit trouble when I release the zone. It's not much that has to do. So, it's not really much more to say in my opinion, but it's compressing the shocks, releasing the clutch while you give it a little throttle at the exact same time. All bikes gonna come up either if it's a 50cc without tuning or any modifications to it. All mopeds, dirt bikes, supermotos, and even some bigger bikes gonna come up easy with those tricks. At least in the lower gears like first, second and third, all should do that. But the thing that I see most is people leaning too much forward, which gonna cause the bike to go down again because you don't have the courage to be so high. If you just lean back, have the same hands as you would if you're riding normally. Don't come down, just keep it normal. When you are up, keep yourself lean back, and you're gonna have a longer and longer wheelie when you just try it out. You just have to do it over and over and over and over again, and then it's gonna work out in the end. But it's just experience that's gonna make the difference here. So, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, that means a lot to me. And I'll see you guys next time.